All right, tell us about your theater experience and how you got started, who you are first off.
Well, my name is Suzanne Allman. I'm a theater director at Oak Grove High School. I've been there for 17 years. I actually did not start on stage as an actor. I started on stage as a dancer when I was 2.5. Been on stage my entire life through high school, not as in theater because my high school didn't have theater, but I was always a dancer and I was in band, and I really didn't know what to do with life if I wasn't on stage. So when I was a senior, I decided I needed to figure out where I was going to go to school, what I was going to do. So I went over to Southern, and I thought about being a dance major, and then I watched it, and I was like, I don't think that's going to be for me. So I went to Cary, and I auditioned for the theater department, and got some scholarship money there. Spent the night there, went through all their classes, sat in on stuff, and thought, yep, this is definitely where I want to be. And in college, I was an actor and a costume designer and a sound designer, and got my feet wet in a lot of different things. Got to work on a lot of technical things. And so I knew that when I graduated, that's what I wanted to teach. I'd always known that I wanted to teach. That's just the way I am. I want to share my knowledge with people. And so that's kind of how I got started. I student taught at Oak Grove under Hogan Bramlett. And after I did my student teaching, I thought, I'm going home to Alabama. I'm going to go back to work there. But I got an interview at Oak Grove to be the speech, debate, and theater teacher, to take over some of classes from Hogan that were her overflow classes. So I got offered that job and I took it. And then shortly after that, within a couple years, Hogan had passed away and everything was left to me. So I stepped into all theater, and I've been doing it ever since.
What do you recommend to students who are getting started? How do you recommend that they find their niche or find their place or get started in it altogether?
I definitely think that they need to look at a school to figure out exactly what they want to do. If they want to go into theater, they definitely need to look at what kind of school they think they'll fit into. Some people thrive in a big school. Some people thrive in a little school. And where I went was a smaller school. There were about 25 theater majors, and which was a good thing for me because I was in every show in some form or fashion. I was either designing something or building something or, doing tech work, or I was on stage. So that was a great option for me to learn how to do everything in theater. Whereas sometimes when you go to a bigger school, the minute you walk in the door, they go, are you an actor, are you a tech, or what are you going to do? And you're like, I don't know yet. And they're like, well, you have to decide. So, I encourage my students to go spend a day or two there, sit in classes, meet people, see if it's what you think it's going to be before you just jump in and say, I'm going to this school because it looks cool on paper. And do as much stuff as you can in the theater world.
How do you propose that they find as an outlet in their high school years theater? If some of them don't have theater in their schools, what do you recommend to them?
If you don't have theater in your school, find some type of artistic outlet and figure out what you're good at. If it's being with people, try to do things where you're involved in a lot of different groups, and you can use theater in any type of group you're in. Our junior Civitan group does a play, and so we have different people that do theater all over our school. Just try to find something that you think you can influence people into using theater, or search out your community theaters. Look in your community and see where you can do things, and help get your feet wet in different situations. Churches have people run lights and sound all the time, and they need that kind of people to help do things. Just ask. It's amazing what people will throw at you if you just ask for, I'm willing to do this.
One bit of advice you give to anybody starting out in theater, just one bit.
Don't give up.
Okay, thank you.